Hey there, peace and blessing, beloveds. This is Ilona Sanders, and welcome to another episode of Spiritual Success TV, where we are lighting the way, helping you to create a clear path forward. Today, I want to talk to you about a subject matter that I get so many questions around, and that is all the confusion around your divine purpose. So today, we're going to talk about how to move out of confusion and into awakening your divine purpose. Stay tuned. So today we want to talk all about how to move out of this ever-ending cycle of confusion and move into clarity so that you can awaken your divine purpose. I want to ask you this question. Do you feel as though you have fallen down the rabbit hole of purpose? And falling down that rabbit hole means that the more you try to figure it out, the more you think you have it, you realize that you're still confused. You know, you go in and out, you go back and forward, and then sometimes you feel like, okay, this is it. I know what my purpose is, and then you start moving out, only for doubt and fear to creep in and send you even further down into the abyss of confusion. Well, we want to take a look at that today, and we want to begin to clear all of that up so that you can move forward in this season and do what you are really meant to do. The whole reason, the whole purpose why you are here on the planet at this time is because you have divine purpose. So the number one question that I get asked all the time by my clients is this, Dr. E. Why is clarity so confusing? Why do I stay so confused about my purpose? Well, we're going to look at some things today and begin to uncover what's at the root of what's causing the reason for this confusion all the time. Because by now, I know that you feel like you should have a better handle on some things. So I know, I can tell, just because you are here, you are a person who have hopes and dreams and goals and desires. But for some reason or another, you've been in the same confusing cycle month after month, and even worse, maybe even year after year after year, and you're at a place now where you're saying, enough. I had enough of all of this confusion, and I'm ready to figure this thing out. But you're left alone. You are by yourself, and I know what that's like. Let's take a look at some of the underlying causes, or what is perpetuating this never-ending cycle of confusion in your life. Number one, I want to talk to you about perception, because perception is more real than reality. Perception is all about the stories that you tell yourself. It's all about the way that you interpret what you see, what you feel, what you hear, or what you sense. And a lot of times when we go to interpret or ascribe meaning to something, we're always telling ourselves a story about several things. And so in this season, there are several areas that you need to examine how you are really thinking, feeling, and believing, because your perception perpetuates a belief. And once a belief is consistent, it turns into a mindset or a belief system. And these things that you tell yourself, these stories that you tell yourself, they can very well be not true. They can be things that's coming out of an overactive imagination. You can be charging people, situations, and circumstances wrongly. You can never second guess someone else's intention. You know that there's a saying is that, we judge others by their actions, but we judge ourselves by our intentions. You can never judge people's intention. Looking at the way that you perceive things, your perception, as I said, that's more real than reality. So say, for instance, you walk into a room and a group of people that you know, they're huddled up together and they're talking, and someone looks up and see you come in, and then all of a sudden, they may stop talking. And so based on what you are seeing and what you are sensing, immediately you begin to interpret what you are sensing, what you're looking at, what you're seeing, and you start telling yourself a story about it. Once you start telling yourself a story about it, you convince yourself that things are happening, beloved, that may not even be happening. So we say things like, I know he meant to. You know, she's looking at me like, they're treating me like I am. And all of those things have nothing to do with reality. But that perception, once you believe in it, it is more true than reality. So I really want you to take a look at what are the stories that you are telling yourself about your life, about things that you believe in. What do you believe about your family, your friends, your boss, your church members, your societies, your clubs, your group, how you interact? What is your worldview? You have to look at how you're perceiving that, because number two, what happens after perception sets in is that those messages get buried very deeply in your subconscious mind. Let's talk about that. Your subconscious mind is powerful, and it has a powerful job to do. 97% of the time, your subconscious mind is calling the shots in your life. This is when your life runs on autopilot and you are responding and reacting to things on a level that you no longer have a conscious awareness of. You see, your conscious mind is the part of you that's awake, that's alert. You learn things with your conscious mind. You can reason with your conscious mind. But your subconscious mind responds to something deeper. And it responds to how you feel about a certain thing. See, because you can tell yourself all day long that you are prospering, that you are abundant, that you are traveling the world. But if there is a message that's very deep in your subconscious mind that says that you are afraid of people, you are afraid of rejection, you're afraid of abandonment, you're afraid to be criticized, you're afraid that if people really see you, they will not accept you, then your subconscious mind is going to keep you true to what you really believe on the inside. And that's why the confusion comes up many times when you're trying to figure out, what's my next step? What should I do? Where should I go? Because on a deeper subconscious level, there is another message that is buried there that says, I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid of success. I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of being criticized. And all of this will allow you to go so far, and then you'll come right back. But in this season, it is time now to discover and release all those unconscious blocks that are operating in your life. And we teach a full course on that. But what I want to do today is I want to give you the tools that you're going to need that will help you be able to move forward, to break through and begin to discover some of those blocks and release them. And then go on to awaken your divine purpose. Now, when I talk about divine purpose, I'm speaking about this. I'm talking about that part of you that reflects your brilliance, that part of you that reflects your individual expression of the glory of God in this earth realm. I'm talking about your sass. That's your strongest, authentic spiritual self. I came up with that when I was trying to help people understand that certain part of them that is so unique to them that no one else can do what you do, honey. You could put 10 teachers in the room, give them the same curriculum, and each one of them will deliver it differently because they're putting their sass on it. Now, when we talk about your strongest, authentic spiritual self, We're talking about where your brilliance lies. We're talking about that part of you that is so unique. It's your essence. It's what you bring to the table. It's your special sauce, boss. It's that special thing that only you can put on it when you do it. You see, if you're like me, you may be multi-gifted, multi-talented, and you can do many things and do many things well. But in this season, we want to get to divine purpose. We want to get to that number one thing that you are here to do, that you know you are called to do because your tribe is waiting. Your people is waiting. Well, I have a free action guide that I want to get into your hands. If you go to ElonaSanders.com, I'll put the link in the description down below. Go there, download that free PDF, and I want you to get into a quiet place, and I want you to start working and going through the necessary steps to awaken your divine purpose. There is a template there that's going to help walk you through, and I'm not going to leave you alone. We're going to go further together because this is your season to step in to all that you are meant to be. All right, go to ElonaSanders.com and you'll see right up top, Awaken Your Divine Purpose. Just click on it and download your free PDF, and we'll talk more about your divine purpose. See you on the other side. Bye now.